Hi, it's Roxanne Emmerich, and I wanted to do a special session because this coronavirus thing and what's going on with interest rates and what's going on with the market, this is a thing. But let me assure you, all fortunes are made during recessions. Look at the history books. And so knowing what to do will determine whether or not you will be an acquiring bank or an acquired bank at the end of it. I want to, before I start going into some strategies, I want to assure you after the last recession, I had a multitude of different banks that said that they couldn't even imagine how they would have made it through it had we not been by their side to help them through. We do our best work during recessions because we get them all about the things that matter that everybody else misses at that time, which I'll cover in just a second. One bank CEO called me a one-woman economic recovery program. So let me start off with this quote by Cynthia McDaniel, and she said, "Every hand we don't shake must become a phone call that we place, and every embrace that we avoid must become a verbal expression of warmth and concern, and every inch and every foot that we physically place between ourselves and another must become a thought of how we might be of help to others should the need arise." So let me just cover a couple of things that I think are very important for you to be taking action on as executives of a bank that will come through this smelling like roses. Number one, it's absolutely imperative that you immediately talk to your team and let them know, we're not going to participate in a recession. Thank you very much. Look at Southwest Airlines. They went 30 years without having a down quarter, which included 9/11. The reason being was they had the right culture and they had the right strategies and they executed on them well. And that's the game you must be up to. Most banks will go into retraction mode. They'll go into fear, they'll go into reaction, they'll lay off people, they'll cut the very expenses that are the investments in their future, and then there's no way out. I accurately predicted the banks that were going to go under last time. I can tell you exactly which ones will go out this time because of the behaviors they're about to take on. Don't be that bank. Now, I'm going to talk to you about a couple different things that you can do here. One of the things that's important is get about your current customers and be talking to them right away and letting them know that you're there for them, you got their back. And if your people don't know how to defend that question where they say, hey, prime is down, can you bring our pricing down? If they don't know how to handle that at the moment that the inquiry happens, let me assure you, you're probably going to lose that deal. So having drills with the right practice on the answer to that is imperative. I've been talking about level 4 USPs for a long time. If you're not using those properly in your sales process, these will be difficult times for you, no doubt. Also, I'm hearing from some banks that there are some inquiries about deposits and some people who are wanting to take money out of the banks. That's a scary thought as well. It doesn't need to happen to you. Again, your people need to know how to respond to those things. So again, you need to be practicing those. I've been doing some special webinars, just offered one in the last hour for a bunch of lenders. I'm going to be doing some live programming on LinkedIn. So please go there and make sure that you get connected with me so that you'll benefit from some of those as well, because I'll have some ongoing education during these difficult times to make sure that there's no way that community banks should have to go out of business, but a lot of them will during these challenging times because they won't know how to react properly to these things. The other thing is to get in action with your current customers, with those who are in the pipeline, and time to learn how to do remote connection with both customers and also those that you're going to bring on as new customers. And so we'll be offering a lot of programming on that as well. It is the time to get active. It is the time to do things correctly. It is the time to work the right blueprint and the right franchise system, and to keep about revenue. Revenue solves a lot of problems. Safe revenue is the answer to community banking. And so the right systems executed correctly are what keep a lot of banks totally oblivious. I just got off the call with a couple agricultural banks that we've been working with for some time now that have a ROA over 2 and a net interest margin over 5 when all the other agricultural banks are suffering and participating in the recession. I can't urge you enough to get that out of your consciousness and take on some different approaches. So get over to LinkedIn. Sign up. We'll keep you posted of some live programming I'll be doing. I'll be coming as well and doing several new sessions. So make sure to get more team members of yours signed and your board members as well signed up to be a part of these conversations I'll be doing weekly on Thursdays with the Grow Your Bank Easy. I am looking forward to being of great service to you during this time. I am committed to you coming out of this thing in great shape.